on the Wado Radio Show.
Yeah, man, it's DJ Wado. It's the Wado Radio Show. It's more than music, it's ministry, man. And we have a friend of the show on the line with us, man, my homie, man, Young Noah. What's up, brother?
What's up? What's going on, man? I'm excited to be here.
Man, it's good to have you back on, man. It's been a little bit, right?
It's been too long, bro.
Hey, just keeping it 100, right? I feel you, man. I feel you, but man, you got a lot of stuff going on for you right now, man. How you been?
I've been blessed, bro. You know, I've been heavily blessed by the Lord, man, just lately, and so just trying to get used to the new normal, I guess I could say. Yeah. A new normal is good when the new normal is better than the old normal, right? Yeah, new normal is better than sitting around looking crazy, for sure.
I feel you, man. So for people that may not be fully aware of your situation, obviously, you know, you were first introduced to us, Clear Sight Music, signed to Flame, traveled, you know, the country and I guess parts of the world with him for a while, and then kind of left that situation. You and Plain James was indie doing the Dirty Work Ministries thing, man, and now you got this new situation.
Yeah, man, I've been it's weird, you know, I was at South by Southwest, not South by Southwest, but I was at Flavor Fest a couple years ago, man, and I always got this good vibe from Chris Chicago, and like 2 years ago I wanted to ask him to be my manager. You know, I just felt, you know, a vibe of, man, you know, this dude might make a good manager or whatnot. So I waited like a year and a half later, and I finally, you know, broke down and was like, man, you know, I need a manager, man. What you think? And he was like, bro, I was just about to call you and ask if you wanted me to manage you, because I just pretty much got hired by one of the top management firms in Nashville to take over their hip-hop division. And so it was weird, man. I didn't know who he was talking about, so I was like, okay, cool, whatever. I don't really care about them. I just want, you know, I just need some help bringing some kind of organization to what I'm doing. And so when I looked up who he was talking about, I was like, wow, this is kind of next level. So I had to go out there to Nashville and just meet with them and kind of get a vibe from them, and they had to get a vibe from me. And I didn't really know what kind of impact they were going to make at all, really, with what I was doing. But man, they have excelled way beyond any expectation I had.
Man, that's good, man. That's what good management to do for you, brother.
Yeah, man, it's been a blessing, bro, for real.
Man, that's what's up, man. So, you got this new management situation, man. I know you got a bunch of shows lined up, man. You got a lightweight hit record on your hands right now, man. Life is good, right?
It's crazy, man. Like, you know, the single, I've never made like a radio song, and so to have a song, my first song, go to radio and actually chart top, you know, 25, it reached like number 23, is it's kind of strange. You know, Chris was like, I don't think you understand how big of a deal this is. You know, Chris is a radio promoter, so he said, I haven't had a song break top 25 in like almost 2 years. And I was like, dang, you know. So and to be a Christian hip hop artist on this chart with you know, there's no other Christian hip hop artist on this chart when I was charting. So it was like, it was just really God.
Yeah, you know, the thing that for me, man, when I was first listening to it, just vibing to it, I was like, man, this sound is different, but it doesn't sound unnatural for Noah. So like, I understood, like, when I heard it, I was like, man, this is like CCM radio right here. Like, I knew where this could go, but at the same time, it didn't sound like it's forced. And a lot of times artists try to do those types of records and it totally sounds forced. Like, it totally doesn't sound like something that artist should be doing, and it sounds unnatural, and it didn't really feel that way with you.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was just writing the record, man, and the song, it had like a, if you think about that Fast and Furious Wiz Khalifa song, you know, it was like a pop record, but black people liked it. So it was kind of like when I first started writing to this song, I was like, I actually like this song. And I think for artists that are trying to do crossover type songs, you still got to make sure that you actually like the song, that it's a good song. It just can't be like, oh man, I think this song will go well in CCM, so let me just put some bars on it. Like, nah, you really got to have passion for the song. You really got to enjoy the music, and then other people will. But I was ready for to get some backlash for it, and but everybody's like, man, we love it. Like, this is great, and it's like the highest quality, production I've done as far as production and mixing and mastering. Most of the times I do my own engineering, but this time, I had a budget to get top mixing and mastering and production, and so it's just all around a new level for me, just with the quality of the track. And then the video just took everything up to a new height, and Juice just Space Cherry Films, he just took it to the next level, man. And I was just surprised by the quality of it, because he was real passionate about the message we were trying to convey in the video.
I love the I love the backdrops, man, and y'all in the middle of the road. I was just the visual accompany with that is just so perfect, man. That cinematography, man. Juice is a monster.
Yeah, man. That made a difference, and it brought a lot of life to the song. Definitely, man. It's gotten it just went ham online. It's probably got 130,000 views in a couple weeks, just from different, different people posting it. Everybody's been sharing it, and I'm just super grateful, man. I didn't expect it to be so big, but it's just landed me tours, man. With the, this mug is I'm gonna be touring with Audio Adrenaline for the God's Not Dead tour, the Newsboys. I got 2 tours with them. They got two tours in the summer. So I've got 100 dates already, just guaranteed for the rest of the year. And I'm I've never in my life when I toured with Flame, we was out there. We was doing 80 dates a year, but they weren't. Yeah. It wasn't my platform. I wasn't really able to really just do me. I kind of was just here you can do a song, or here you can, hype man or whatever. So this is the first time God has just allowed me to have a real platform and share my gift and what I feel like He wants me to do in life. So man, I'm excited, bro.
Man, it's big because you're actually these are big shows. This isn't even
every day. Every date is an arena. It's either an arena or it's some huge mega church or whatever. And I'm me, man. I was always, whatever the Lord does, that's what He does. I've never really chased after the big shows and the big name. I was always trying to do outreach, and I was always trying to just go wherever I was sent. And so to be going on a tour, 100 dates, all arenas in 1 year is it's just humbling, man. It's man, I really didn't do anything to make this happen. So people are always going to come ask, what did you do, man? What's the secret, man? How did it happen? It's I literally did nothing. I've just been serving the Lord, man. I haven't been serving God perfectly. I've been trying my hardest, and I remember I had a conversation with KJ52 once, and he said, people that are going to do this for a career, for a living, are going to be those people that are most faithful to God. People that really love God and are really trying to honor God. God will bless you. But then you have the snakes in the grass too. So everybody that you see succeeding isn't, they may have started out with the right motivations, but this stuff can really mess you up, man. So I'm just hoping I can remain faithful, and I hope God isn't bringing me into something that's going to just throw me way off my game. So y'all keep me in prayer for real.
Man, I was literally, bro, I was just on Periscope earlier this morning, bro, and I was sharing with everybody how a lot of times we see our brothers and sisters getting blessed, something really amazing happening to them, and in the back of our mind we start hating because we're man, this person didn't earn it, or this person wasn't faithful, or this person wasn't man. And man, bro, like favor just ain't fair, bro.
It really
You know what
ain't.
I'm saying? Favor ain't fair. Like, bro, you was just being faithful, doing what you've been doing. Like,
Yeah.
and you know, you and James, man, y'all been doing some real like hardcore ministry. Like hardcore
We out here, man.
ministry.
We do a lot, man. We don't really post everything we do, you know, because a lot of stuff isn't just this big show, you know, where we're taking pictures of the audience and, you know, doing that whole thing. But we really, a lot of the stuff we do is just, there's no glamour. There's no glamour to really put an Instagram post up, you know. So we've been serving, man, and God's been blessing him. He's been doing a lot. And sometimes he's doing more than me, you know. So God has been blessing, bro, like for real. He's rewarded me, but you know, I never feel like I deserve a reward or a reward, man. I'm in shock. I'm more shocked than the people that's seeing it.
Well, man, one thing I can tell you, man, you know, the bit that I know about you, man, in our interactions over the years, like the Lord has been preparing you for this, bro. Like he wouldn't open all these doors for you if he hadn't been preparing you all these years. You know, when you was on the road with Flame, when you and James was doing y'all's thing, and you know all these different things, bro. Like, you know, you're not even gonna be nervous on these big stages because you've been on a lot of big stages before.
Yeah, it's weird, you know, because I always, like, when the whole Flame split happened, you know, at first I was like, you know, a part of me knew that, I knew it was the will of God, but you still had to go through it, and you still had to ask all these questions to God, like, why did this happen? You know, I want to do this for a living. And then it's been like, you know, that was 2013, so it's been like two years, going on 3 years of my ministry just being scaled down as far as the travel, as far as the number of shows, the size of shows. And I was like, God, like, you took me out of college to go travel the world, go to all these countries, all these states, do all this stuff, and then it just stopped. But deep down, I always held on to, like, man, I know God didn't do that for nothing, man. I know God is trying to do something. But then you got to look at yourself. You got to look at your lifestyle. You got to look at how you're living, and you're like, man, you know, are you someone God can trust with the platform? You know, are you someone God can trust, you know, put him before his people that's not going to squander the opportunities or take advantage of people or have your motivations all weird? Because there's a lot of temptation out there, and you got to make sure that you're honoring God. And I always try to just be an upstanding guy, you know, like, if you're at these shows, behave yourself a certain kind of way. You know, if certain things come your way, some stuff you got to ignore. Some temptations you can't play into. Or how is God supposed to elevate you if you can't be trusted? You can look at yourself and you can ask yourself, man, can I be trusted? Like, what is my motivation to be doing these shows? What am I after? What am I pursuing? You know, you got to challenge yourself and ask yourself these questions. And I've always tried to just, you know, do the right thing in the right time. And it's not easy, but I knew if I didn't, God couldn't use me. God isn't going to put me into something that's going to destroy me or pull me further from him.
Man, that's good, man. That's so good, dude. Was there ever a time where you doubted God, though? Where you was just like, man, I don't know.
Bro, I'm going to be 100 with you, man. I used to go to the park down the street from my house, and I used to be so depressed, bro. Like, I was depressed out of my mind for, like, almost a year and a half, just, like, trying to figure out why are things happening for me the way I, you know, want it. And I was that artist that was, I couldn't really celebrate the success of other people at a certain time. It was like, man, why do I feel this envy every time I see a post from some artist doing something big? It's like, I didn't want to feel jealousy. I didn't want to feel envy. I didn't want to feel a certain type of way. But these emotions and these feelings would come into my heart, and I'd be like, God, like, why do I feel like that? And I would pray to God about, you know, take away the competition, take away the envy, take away the jealousy, like, take away these emotions. And I remember Flame used to tell me, he said, bro, you're going to be tempted in ways you never had. Like, you're going to feel stuff you've never experienced from this Christian rap stuff, man. It's gonna affect you, and you have to be ready to you have to be ready to know when it's time to sit down and let it go. You have to be ready to know when it's time to, make war and battle against these issues in your flesh. But honestly, man, when I was out praying, and I'll be depressed, and I'll be sad, and I'll be struggling, never, bro. I refused to believe that God wasn't going to do something. And I used to tell God, I said, God, I know it's looking crazy. I know it's tough right now. I know it's this and that. I know I'm mad at you. I know I'm mad at the world. I know I'm feeling weird. But I know for a fact that you got me. And I should tell God, I said, God, when it's all said and done, I want you to know I never, ever once doubted whether or not you were going to finish what you started. And, I didn't have faith that God was going to make me a big rap star or God was going to blow me up and I was going to be the next one. So, but I said, God, I know that you are with me. I don't care what this stuff look like. I just don't care. I'm never going to quit. And I repeatedly would say that to God, God, I don't care how much I'm messing up, how bad stuff looks. If you give me a platform, if you give me an opportunity to speak, I'm going to speak. And so, of course, I've doubted whether or not, I was going to be full time and make money and, be comfortable in this American dream lifestyle. I doubted, whether I was going to do the big shows and, sell a lot of records. But I never doubted whether or not God was going to use me, because he just always has. I've always been being faithful and used by God. And, there's always the fear of, you do all this work for God, and then at the end, you be disqualified, So I've always been, convicted and afraid of whether or not I was being faithful enough or if I was serving God wholeheartedly. So I've always had those issues, but I always knew God was going to be faithful, man. That's just who he is. That's just how he rolls.
Man, it's dope, bro. That's a dope testimony, man. I'm happy for you, brother. I'm really happy for you, man. Because... And the reason I ask you that question, Noah, is because for us, it's music industry stuff, right? There's a lot of us that have felt that. I felt that way at times, right? So it's music industry stuff. But man, for people outside of this industry, man, it's your career, it's school, it's all these different things where you feel like, man, why am I not where I think I should be or where I want to be? And what's happening, man? And bro, I feel like you just sharing that bit of emotion right there, that's gonna bless somebody, bro. Because again, we all go through that in different areas of our life, maybe not just the music industry.
Exactly. Yeah, life is hard, man. The older you get, the more you realize, especially as a black man, African American, the older you get, the more you realize it's not an even playing field out here. And, not to bring race into everything, but when you're in high school and you're in middle school, it seems like everything is even. Even when you're in college, it seems like we're all on the same playing field. But when you start getting older and you start seeing how hard life is and how little opportunities come sometimes to elevate yourself, and your life isn't playing out the way you expected it to. Everybody starts feeling this when you get in your 20s, mid-20s. You're like, man, it's not as easy as I thought to succeed in life and to do well, And I've learned to find contentment, man. Like I always say, like I said in the last interview, if I can't be content right now, it don't matter what happens, I'm still not going to be happy. And so now my struggle is, okay, I'm about to do 100 tour dates. I'm about to be selling merch, selling CDs, doing big shows, getting a check, on and off of tour buses, traveling the world, doing what all these Christian artists want to do. And the fear that I have is that, man, I could really be miserable doing all this stuff. I could really, hate it. I could really be unhappy because it's not going to make me happy. You know, I was watching this thing on TV about, you know, when they had that huge lottery going where it was like almost $1 billion or $500 million, whatever. And this one billionaire said, man, if you're not happy right now, when you win that money, you're still not going to be happy. And it was like, man, this is coming from a billionaire. He was like, if you're not happy now, when you get this $1 billion, you're still going to be unhappy. And it was so real. It was like, there's nothing in this life that can really bring you happiness other than fulfillment in the Lord. And nobody wants to believe that. We always think if we get that one more thing, one more notch on our belt, we'll be happy. But that is not how this stuff works, man.
It's good, man. What makes you happy, bro?
That's just what it is. Hello, you there?
Yeah, I said, what makes you happy? Can you hear me?
I think I lost you.
No, I can hear you. You can't hear me?
Hello?
Yo, you can't hear me? Oh. Okay.
It's all good.
Hey, what about now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you now. Yeah, we good.
Okay. Well, man, what makes you happy, bro?
Man, really, man, it's gonna sound weird or cliche, but you really have to accept. You have to find your esteem in God and His love for you. You have to find your value in the fact that you are loved by God and He's going to provide for you. You know, because a lot of us, our parents were weird. We got whacked out relationships with, you know, our family or our spouses or whatever. People not loving us right. So we got all these mental issues and psychological problems. But I've learned that I am perfectly loved by God and cared for and cherished and special to God. And He has these blessings in His hands, and He just wants to drop them on me. And so the joy and the praise needs to come from the blesser, not from the blessing. So if you're looking for things to bring you happiness, even stuff like, you know, dating and finding a spouse and finding a wife and having children, and it's like certain things in life we pursue to try to make happiness happen, but they always fall short. You know, I heard this sermon, you know, Ty Brazel, my homie, he sent me this sermon, and it was talking about how Jacob, you know, he fell in love with Rachel. He just wanted to be with Rachel. He wanted Rachel so bad. And then when he had fulfilled his years of employment, he was like, give me my wife so I can have sex with her, you know. And he literally said that. And he was like trying to find fulfillment in this woman. He thought that if I could just get her, then I'll be good. But then he wakes up in the morning and it's Leah. And it's like, he thought he was with Rachel. He thought this was it. But he woke up and it was Leah. And what you have to understand in life, wake up, it's always going to be Leah. That thing that you thought was going to satisfy you and bring you this ultimate pleasure, when you wake up the next day, it's not going to satisfy. And you're going to be like, man, I thought it was it. But I've been tricked again, thinking that something was going to bring me joy, and it didn't. So satisfaction and happiness has to come from God, man. You have to pray for that thing. You have to pray for your heart to be filled with His love, man. And that's just, it's hard, but that's just all we have in this world, because everything else, the flesh is never satisfied, man. Maybe for a night of pleasure or for a couple days, but that stuff get old every time, every single time.
Man, that's good, bro. I feel like, man, you need to do a song about this, bro. I mean, you might already have one in the can, but I'm just saying, man, just like the range of emotion, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The range of emotion and the ups and downs, the highs and the lows, man. Like, bro, this is just such a powerful story, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy. I just wrote a song yesterday that I'm putting on my EP. I'm dropping at the end of the month. You know, I was finished with it, but I was like, something's missing, man. Something's missing from this project. Like, it was that. It was the the heart tug, the emotion, the realness of what I'm going through. I said, I need a song. And it just happened yesterday. Man, I got this song called Young Forever. I just wrote, and it's just me arguing with God, man. And it's God arguing back with me, like, and it's me coming at God, like, man, why is this stuff happening? Like, what's wrong? Like, why can't I find happiness? Why can't I find peace of mind? Why can't stuff be simpler? And God just chunks me off in the worst way, man. It's a great record, bro. And y'all will hear that, man, at the end of the month. This EP is incredible, and it's not what people think it's going to be. It's really not. It's really not. I don't know what people expecting me to do now. I don't know if they think I done went pop or if they think, I'm a CCM artist now. But this mug got some ratchet stuff on there too. So
you got some ratchet joints on there.
I got a little ratchet on there, so it's gonna be cool, man. I think it's gonna be some of my best. Definitely some of my best, man. I feel like I'm in the pocket now. God is giving me confidence. God is giving me freedom to just be myself and more of myself, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be dope.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think, man, you're kind of in this space right now, right, where it's like, because you have all this stuff set up for you for the next year, financially and career wise,
yeah,
there has to be a certain freedom even in your creativity, because you're like, yo, man, like, I'm already kind of in the door now. Like, you know what I mean?
There's two things that happen, man. There's two great tests. There's the test of when you fail miserably in life and how your character changes then. And then there's the test of when you have guaranteed success, or when you know things are set in stone kind of for you. That can also change your behavior or attitude. And so the struggle now is, okay, I got all this guaranteed stuff. How is that going to affect my work ethic? How is that going to affect my attitude, my character, and my music? Am I going to just start making songs about big shows and getting money? Like, so it's kind of like there's still a test of keep the main thing, even though God has opened these doors, and, keep the music relevant to people, And I was listening to the Lecrae Church Clothes 3. Sorry to bring Lecrae into this, but
sure.
There was a couple songs I was like, in my head, I was thinking, man, Lecrae is a celebrity now.
Yeah.
Like he is famous.
Yep.
He is like making a lot of money. He is doing huge shows, huge tours, selling heck of records. Like, he is famous. And so the things that he is experiencing now, we might not really understand.
Right.
So there were a couple things he said in a couple songs, and I was like, yeah, man, this dude is he's in another space now. And some of us aren't going to really get it. Like, when you listen to some Jay-Z records and you start naming different clothing lines and hotels and trips and places you think, Jay-Z, we don't know what you're talking about, man. And so there was a time in Lecrae's project, I was like, yeah, bro, you in another space now, bro. You a star, bro. And that's just the cards God gave him. But that just happens, man. God takes you to a different place, and sometimes there can be a disconnect between the things you're experiencing and the things that somebody else is experiencing, clocking in every day at their 9 to 5, going to work miserable, So there can be that disconnect. So I'm hoping that I can keep the music normal and relevant to those who are listening.
All right, so this is what's gonna happen. If there is a disconnect with you, I'm just gonna play this part of the interview back. I'm looking at the wavelengths. It's like a minute, bro. I'ma just shoot you a text with that joint in there. Like, this is your words. I'm not even gonna say nothing, bro.
You're gonna send it to me. Yeah, I got people,
That's
man. I got people that's keeping me accountable. Like, I had posted this picture on Instagram a couple days ago. And
hey, man, James is gonna keep you accountable. Forget everybody else, bro. James gonna hold you down, bro.
Yeah, James gonna chump me off real quick. So it's you gotta have people that can call you and be like, yeah, bro, what you just posted on Instagram or what you just said on Twitter was kind of weird. You might want to think about that. So you gotta have those people, because I'm a flawed human, man. I've been known to go on tangents and talk reckless. You know.
Not you.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, we all do it, brother. We all do it, man. You know, one of the things that I've always appreciated about you though is your humility, man. You know what I mean? Like you always been an extremely humble person, man, and I think it's just dope to hear you even say I'm already planning for what's to come because I know my life is about to change drastically over the next year.
Yeah, man, it's I'm terrified. I'm super paranoid about this stuff, bro. I can't lie. I'm like paranoid because I be wondering, like, man, am I gonna start acting weird? Because now, you know, people treat me different. It just is what it is. People treat me different now. I'm gonna start mattering to people now. It's I'm gonna go to all these shows. They're gonna treat me like royalty. Like when I was traveling with Wayne, you get pampered so much at these events. Like people treat you like you some kind of I don't know, man, senator, representative. Like they just treat you with so much respect. They're just asking you every 5 seconds,
senator.
what do you need? What do you want? What do you need? How can I help you? And you know, everybody's paranoid to say something to you and frustrate you. And you know, the people, man, is what mess you up, man. People can mess you up. And the song I was writing yesterday is actually called it's actually about don't let the people crown you. You know, because when Jesus was here, he they kept trying to make him king, and he was like, I don't want to be king of this. I don't want to be king. You know, I don't want this world. Like my world is in heaven. Like I'm just here to get the job done so I can really get my reward in heaven. So the song is basically saying, don't let the people crown you. You know, don't let the people make you king here. Like your kingdom is not even of this world. So don't pursue to be at the top of this worldly kingdom. Like pursue the kingdom of heaven, man. And I'm telling you, man, this song is crazy, bro. This song is gonna be crazy.
Man, that's good, bro.
Yeah,
man, what's some of the stuff we can expect from this EP, man? Like, you got a title for it yet? You know, production.
The title is Young Forever. It's gonna be like 5 or 6 songs. You know, I'm operating in the Nashville world now, so they want EPs to be like 4 songs. But you know, in Christian hip hop, we put way too many songs on our EPs. So I'm gonna fight to get like 6. I mean, I can do whatever I want, but you know, I'm just trying to be wise with how I roll this thing out. But there are a couple heartfelt songs. There are a couple songs that just talk about, you know, the struggle of you know, failure and becoming successful, and it's a lot of songs about just living forever with God and my true reward coming in from heaven and not being in this earth and not stressing out about if my success doesn't happen here, because true success will happen in the life to come. I just want to talk about heaven. I want to talk about, because we don't talk about heaven enough. We get so caught up in this world, bro. We get so caught up in this world, man. Like for real, bro. And we don't look to heaven. And I'm trying to encourage people to know, like, even if you're a complete failure in this life, like, God has something for you in heaven waiting. So pursue that and get your peace of mind in that.
Man, that's good, thing, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's it right there, man. Noah, brother. Look, bro. You know, this is one thing I can promise you. It won't be this long until we have you on the show the next time.
Okay, cool. But I appreciate it, man. That last interview put me on, man. Like, oh man, you young Noah from the Wado interview. That was who I was, bro. You're the guy from the Wado interview. So, you know, that interview was a blessing, and it also got me in trouble because I was just talking reckless. But that's just who I am, man. I'm a reckless talker, so, you know, I hope I didn't.
Man, you know, I was thinking about this the other day when we was talking, and you know, Juice shot that interview, the video.
Yeah,
that we got on YouTube. He actually, he never does that. Like I was, I'm still on that station to this day on Pure Radio in Jacksonville, and we was just doing a launch down there. They were launching my show, and you was in town, man, and man, you made that launch super successful, bro. Like not even just that interview, but just having it on the show, having an artist in studio that time, man. So I've never like thanked you the way I probably should have for that, but I just want to thank you for that, bro. Like that was, it was dope, bro. It was just good vibes, man.
I had a show down there. I don't live there, and it was just the will of God for me to be able to clear the air on some stuff, and that interview really allowed me to vindicate myself, because everybody was just wondering. Everybody always wonders what really happened. Like, Swoop left Collision, and they give us a story, but nobody really believes it. You know what I mean? It's like nobody really gives the real story when they give the statement. So for me, it was cool for me to be able to say, well, here's who I am and what I really went through and what's really happened. And so it gave me a chance to kind of just say what I had to say. So it was mutual, bro. Like it was the biggest platform I was able to share really what happened. Because Rapzilla just posted something random, that they just felt, and nobody really hit me up. You were the only one who really hit me up. You hit me up twice. I did a phone interview, then I did that interview. So it was. I'm super grateful for your concern, regarding what I'm doing.
Man, this game is tough, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. This game is tough, and I'll share this with you, brother. Like, there's been some really tough times for me, and I don't always have people that reach out to me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, man, just being truthful, bro. Like, whenever I'm able to try to help somebody, man, I try my best to do it. I fall short sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do everything, man. But I knew that wasn't an easy situation, man. It's like you doing that, and then it's like you're just trying to figure out what's the next move, man. And I can say, man, what's happening to you, bro, couldn't happen to a better person, bro. Like real talk. You know what I mean? Like real talk, bro. Like it's good for you and Chris, man. It's just a winning situation, dog.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. It is. It's so, he's always calling me, telling me stuff that it hasn't even been announced yet, and it's just, God is just faithful, man. And I want that to be when people see young Noah, this old guy who's still calling himself young, this dude who just career flop. I want people to see, like, man, Noah's career flopped, and God lifted that boy. God, not his super great work ethic or his determination or his such and such. God reached down, grabbed that boy by the back of the collar, and he lifted him up. And so, if you're going to be mad at me or you're going to be frustrated or think you got some kind of hate in your heart for what I'm doing, you're mad at God, because I'm just experiencing what he opened up, man. So, don't waste your time looking at me, mad at me, because you're mad at God, because he did this, and I'm grateful, and he's gonna get the glory. Every time I'm on the stage, I'm gonna be up there like KB, like, falling on my face, just giving God the glory, giving God the glory, because it's his. I don't want it. He can have it. I don't want to touch it.
That's good, man. Noah, man, I appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you for coming on, homie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Y'all get at me, man. Get at me online. Real Young Noah. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all of that. Follow me. Ask me questions. If you post anything weird, I'm going to unfollow you. There you have it.
I love it, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
On the way to